600.
Okay, 9:51. Our guests today, some nice folks over at Lord Chamberlain, and we're speaking with Barbara Jarman and Martin Spriglio, and they are here to tell us a little bit about Lord Chamberlain, one of the area's top facilities for short-term rehab, outpatient care, and post-operative recovery. And we're going to spend a little time with them. How are you, folks? So glad you're here.
Good morning, Tony.
All right, always a pleasure to see you. Let's talk a little bit about Lord Chamberlain. What makes you guys so good at what you do?
Well, for one thing, we're a family organization. We've been in the field for 64 years. This is our 64-year anniversary. And, of course, many of our staff have been with us for many, many years. Mm-hmm. And that continuity and the caring, being a family organization, I think permeates throughout everything. And we're very involved with patient care and the families. And, of course, Barbara Jarman here runs an Alzheimer's group at night to support the community. Mm-hmm. We have special guest speakers. We try to be involved in the community. And of course, our integration and relationship with St. Vincent's Hospital. I'm vice chairman of the college, and that college has been doing great things as well over the years. So we're very involved, and we love what we do. I think that's the most important thing.
That's great.
That's right. And what are some of the services that Lord Chamberlain specializes?
Well, the short-term rehabilitation component is our strong point. We do physical therapy, speech therapy, occupational therapy. We do cardiac care and wound care. We have Dr. Baruch comes in and sees our patients regularly that need special wound care, healing and treatments. Wound vacs, etc., are utilized. We do intravenous therapy. So with the new healthcare laws, the government does not want rehospitalizations when unnecessary. So we're spending a lot of time, effort, and money on training and improving our skills. We do a lot of IV therapy for antibiotics, IV therapy for hydration. So many of the reasons for rehospitalizing a patient are dehydration and infection, and that's why the IV therapy component of our care is very important.
All right. We're talking with Martin Spriglio, Barbara Jarman, I think she's just here for support today. They're with Lord Chamberlain, and we're talking about the facilities and exactly what they do. You know, I was telling you off mic, my uncle just left you guys. He was there for about 3 or 4 days, maybe a week. Mm-hmm. He had been at St. Vincent's Hospital, and he was there for about a month. He couldn't eat. He had lost a lot of weight, spent a lot of time in bed. And, you know, his ability to even get up to go to the bathroom without help was very, very difficult. I mean, he was walking with a walker. He had to have a couple of guys on each side of him in order to get him to where he needed to be. But, you know, he went to Lord Chamberlain, and he's doing pretty good. He's home. He's fending for himself. He's doing what he needs to do. He's eating, and he's in a lot better place than what he was before he got there.
That's terrific to hear, Tony. That's very typical of our success stories, and we're very proud of that. Despite the difficult healthcare position that we're faced with today, we come up to the plate, and we make sure that our rehab is state of the art.
Mm-hmm. Let me add to that. We are also in the home health care sector as well. Our home health care offices are in Saybrook, Connecticut, but many people get confused when it comes to rehabilitation, and a lot of physicians, in order to make the patient happy, say, oh, after surgery or after your care in the hospital, you can go straight home. And we find frequently that the outcomes are not where they should be.
Sure.
And even though we are in the home health care arena, we find if you want to reach your maximum potential, it's best after a hip surgery or knee surgery to come into a skilled nursing rehab center like Lord Chamberlain, get your therapy. You can go home in a much better condition, because post-operatively, that's a very crucial time to get the tendons and the muscles and the joints back in strength. And you can only achieve that with 7-day-a-week therapy, with intensive therapy that you would get in a skilled nursing facility. And home care, and as I said, we provide home care. That's difficult to provide. There's manpower restrictions, there's travel times, and it's just not possible for a physical therapist in the home care setting to achieve the same level of quality you're going to get in a skilled nursing facility.
And the thing that he was worried about was that he was afraid he was going to be released and go home before he was able to go to rehab. And the thing that was worrying him, he said, once you go home, insurance won't cover it anymore.
Right.
You know, it was very important for him to go to rehab before he went home, if for nothing else, because of the insurance. So
well, he made the right decision.
Oh, yes, he did. They're very happy with the decision with going with you guys. We've just got a few minutes left here. So is there anything in particular that you'd like to share with our listeners before we let you go?
Yes, as usual, the healthcare law changes are challenging to everyone. Still difficult to understand, the Obamacare, et cetera. And I think it's important on the state level that our citizens try to be involved and follow what goes on in Hartford. It's very complex and sometimes very ugly. But healthcare is something that you have to fight for. You have to fight for your rights. Like your relative that made a decision and said, I want to get my rehab, I want to reach my maximum potential. It's also important to recognize that there's forces in the state legislature and state senate that where they're trying to limit your choices, not allowing you to go to get your rehab in a skilled nursing facility because it may be a little bit more expensive than the home care setting, but knowing that you're not going to achieve your maximum potential in the home care setting. So you need to be outspoken, you need to be involved, and I think the best message we can tell the public is follow what goes on, talk to your state legislators, your state senators, and your congressmen, and read and keep abreast of the changes because they're constantly happening.
All right. Martin, where are you guys located?
7003 Main Street, Stratford, is Lord Chamberlain, and we've been there a long time. And we have locations all over the state.
Okay.
But,
and a website where people can go.
Well, Barbara, you tell them.
www.LordChamberlain.com.
LordChamberlain.com. And we have run out of time, but I thank you folks for coming in today. Thank you so very, very much. Coming up on 9:58, we've got news from the ABC radio networks coming up next.